Hi there, this is Callie from Moonbean Gems Tarot, and I'm going to be doing your mid-October Mercury retrograde element spread. Okay, so if you've watched some of my other readings where I've done element spreads before, I always let you know you should watch the whole video, only because your chart has multiple elements in it, not just whatever your sun sign is. Okay, so really to benefit from it, the message, you should really watch the video in its entirety. Okay, so that being said, don't forget, it may also be predictions, in which case things haven't happened yet, so you may not resonate with these messages just yet, or at all. It may be that it's for someone that you're connecting with and not for yourself. Okay, keep that in mind as well. And as always, take what does resonate and leave the rest behind. It's probably meant for someone else. Okay. All right. That being said, also don't forget to check out your October zodiac readings for additional messages. If you haven't gotten to that, do check out your moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Okay, not just your sun sign. And go back and rewatch September's, just because, again, you may still be resonating with that energy, okay? Or even a year ago. I do have videos from last year. If you're interested, go back and rewatch that and see if maybe you're connecting with that energy, okay? All right, so I think we're going to move right into this reading. I believe so. Okay, so the way it's going to work is I'm going to be using an oracle card for, it's going to be a 3-card spread, okay, for each element, I believe. Yes, 3-card spread. First card's going to be an oracle card, and then the other 2 are going to be tarot cards. They may be the same decks. It may be different. It just depends, whatever I'm guided to use, okay? Again, it's going to be intuitive. I do read intuitively, not just whatever's on the card, so keep that in mind when you're listening to these readings. Again, I also appreciate any feedback, so please don't hesitate to let me know in the comments below if this resonated with you or any of these messages resonates with you, okay? All right, so let's get started. I believe... All right. So let's get started with the first element, okay? And I believe that's going to be fire, okay? So Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. I'm going to be using the Moonology as your oracle deck and the Zombie Tarot as your tarot, okay? And that's for you. All right, so let's get to your reading. All right, fire. So I have yet to shuffle, so we're gonna start by shuffling the deck or decks for you. Time, guides, guides, and ancestors, universe. Connect with the collective of fire. For Mercury retrograde tarot spread. What messages need to come out for the element of fire in regards to this Mercury retrograde? All right, so first question in this reading has to do with what should I review, okay, in regards to Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde always has to do with the past coming back, right? But more so than that, it's things that have to close out, okay? Chapters that need to close out, karmic relationships that need to close out, contracts, that sort of thing, okay? So first card's really going to be what you need to review for this Mercury retrograde. And we have be bold and make the first move, cardinal moon. And I feel like fire, that's something you know how to do, is be bold. So I really feel like this Mercury retrograde is going to give you this feeling of but I feel like it's based on whether or not you do make this first move, whether it's in a relationship or business aspect, right? Maybe it's some sort of creative venture that you're after. Be bold, right? That is being under review. So why is it being under review? Maybe you haven't been that way in the past. And if this is in regards to relationships, maybe you were in relationships where you had to hide who you truly were, or you were unable to express yourself, who you really were. I kind of get that sense for some people. For others of you, it's just other people in general. Maybe that you've had to, again, it's like hide who you were. And now I find that you're not doing that. You're being bold. And I feel like this is way before Mercury retrograde. You've been making these changes in your life. Okay, fire signs. Generally, Mercury retrograde is a time for us to kind of think about things, right? Really go inward and revisit ideas, things from the past, right? And not really act on them, but more so learn from it or make it's not even make decisions because that's action, but it's more like really dissecting or looking at things or, people, even relationships, whatever it is. Okay, so I think I want to read a little bit about this cardinal moon before we move forward to your next the next cards. Ooh. Here we go. So now is the time to be bold, bossy even. Take matters into your own hands. Cardinal signs are powerful and self-starting. They're determined and great at organizing. Drawing this card strongly suggests that you're going to need to be all those things to get your ideal resolution or position in the situation you're asking about. This card may challenge you on how strongly you really want something. If you're worrying about a situation, it is a suggestion to be less passive. Instead, take an assertive stance. As you steer events where you want them to go, speak up for what you want. If you're serious about sorting things out, you may need to take the lead in some way to step up as a leader. Attune to the moon. I am taking charge of my destiny. Okay, be bold and follow your heart and your emotions. Avoid recklessness or moving too fast. Come into your power. The time for action is now. you can actually like in regards to this retrograde, in general, retrogrades are not a good time to sign new contracts or make any serious decisions, okay? It's really, like I said, a time to kind of really look at things. Even though this is saying, yes, be bold and make the first move, let's agree that this is to wait. Use this time to analyze things, look at things, and then when this is over, you strike. You make your move. Okay? And that's kind of the message that I'm getting here for you guys. So we're going to move forward with the tarot. Okay, again, haven't shuffled, so we're just going to do that quickly. Okay. Fire element. Regards to Mercury retrograde happening. Right now, what are the messages that the element of fire need to know in regards to this Mercury retrograde? 14th October, November 4th. So this retrograde is happening until November 4th, and then there's going to be still that shadow period, right? So keep that in mind when making decisions. Things may not, like communication generally tends to be a little murky, or people tend to ghost you. Some people tend to ghost you. Other people tend to pop into your life in and out, and it's muddled and things aren't clear, and technology tends to mess things up. So my suggestion is just kind of get things going in a planning stage first, right? No recklessness. So moving forward, next question is, what should I repair? 3 of Wands. Plans, right? Exactly what I was saying. This 3 of Wands technically has to do with teamwork, right? Expansion or travel for some. So fire signs, definitely a time to repair a business if you do have a business, right? Or a team if you're working with a team. This is repairing these relationships, okay? Could be even people from your past coming back. It doesn't have to be romantic partnerships. This can be friendships, family members, whatever it is. This is going to be a time for you to repair those relationships. Repairing doesn't mean forgive, forget, and like for some, maybe it's forgiving and moving on and learning from this and closing out the chapter, right? And for others of you, this is, for some of you, this is repairing those relationships and moving forward with them, okay? Whether this is a business, coworkers, just like friends from your past, family even, okay? I am seeing this need for that, right? What you need to repair, well, it's business partnerships for some, families for others. If this is your own business, this is like this tends to be my card for expanding, right? Expansion. Maybe you need to go back and look at those plans that you had for expansion and edit them, or just make some adjustments to it. For some of you, there is this want, desire, need for travel. I just saw like in my mind like a picture of a dock of some sort, or being at a marina or something. You're just missing the ocean, missing travel. Anyway, that came out. But so what do you need to release for this Mercury retrograde, or is the Knight of Swords? So exactly what this card was talking about, that don't act hasty, right? Really kind of, yeah. So Knight of Swords is coming barreling in, right? Let go of that need to come barreling in. Let go of it. Or to act like right away. Because fire signs, okay, and I'm going to say this, I'm a fire sign too. Like, I am Leo, Moon, and Venus. So definitely, I know how hard it is to restrain myself when I'm right, or when I'm, like, I've got that get up and go type energy, right? So I know that it can be hard to take some time or to move slowly, okay? So, and that's what I'm kind of seeing here for you guys, fire signs, this need to take a step back a little bit, okay? I'm not saying, again, it is swords, so this has to do with logic and knowing. So maybe you do know some information, or you came across some information, or something that you know, whether this is in regards to a relationship, partnership, whatever it is. Okay, and this could be this, could even be the other person. Okay, this is how they're feeling. But there is this need to have to just take a step, take a moment, take a breath, is what I'm hearing. Take a breath. Okay? Take a breath. So I kind of meditate with each. I'm like, love quartz right now, loving quartz, and I have like quartz for like each element. So I've been meditating on this energy for a little while, and I do feel like I can resonate definitely with you guys, fire signs, because for example, in regards to my own creative ventures and things that I have on the go, I really, really want to get going and moving, but Mercury retrograde is not allowing that to happen. So right now, we're taking the time to really build on things. Okay, so again, I feel like for those of you who resonate with this message, don't give up, keep going, keep moving forward, but do it in a way that you will not regret, okay? Don't barrel in, don't say anything hasty, don't do anything hasty. Really take the time to make things better, okay? All right, guys, that has been your Mercury retrograde tarot spread. Hopefully, if you like this, again, please do leave a comment below letting me know if you like this, because I think I'm going to continue it. Moving forward, maybe I'll do it for new moons and full moons as well. If you guys, let me know whether you like it. Again, keep watching for the rest of the elements. Alright, so the next element is going to be water, and I'm going to be using the Moonology for your Oracle card and the Light Visions Tarot for your tarot, okay? So same as the fire signs, I haven't shuffled, so we're going to shuffle quickly before we get started, okay? Ancestors, this is how we connect with the collective of water element. This Mercury retrograde spread. Cards are flying water, so definitely Your guides have a lot to say right off the bat. You've got a lot to say currently. All right, so the first card is going to be what needs to be in review for this Mercury retrograde, okay? Mercury retrograde is all about things returning, right? Generally, it's things from the past, whether it's relationships or it is karmic lessons that need to be learned, whatever it is, okay? It needs to be reviewed, okay? That's basically what it is. Sometimes it's to close out relationships or contracts, right? To get that closure that finally, you know, put an end to things. And other times it's to move on and move forward, right? Either way, let's see what you guys need to review. So we have expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. So I'm recording this on the 18th of October. We just had a new moon recently in Libra, but not an eclipse. So eclipses are generally that very powerful energy, strong. So, and new moons tend to bring about, I just think of those of you who possibly, maybe you did and maybe you didn't for some, but I feel like for those of you who I'm connecting with or the ones that this message is for, I really feel like you did do something different. Maybe you did a new moon ritual recently, or you did change something about your normal routine this past new moon. So whether it was 16th, 17th, whenever you did this, but you did something. Whether you sat down, you made plans, you made things real. You made things real. So I kind of want to read, so we're going to read about this new moon eclipse. Okay, so if you want affirmation that you can achieve your dreams and get the desired outcome in the situation you're asking about, then this is it. This is the card of beginnings, and there are powerful energies at work, but be prepared. It could be quite a ride, and events now could even be jarring and uncomfortable. However, any new direction you take will almost always lead somewhere better than where you are at the moment. Whatever is happening now is happening for a reason. You'll appreciate it later on. A new portal is opening up, and all you have to do is have the courage to forget about the past and move through it. You're being put back on the right path. There is nothing to fear. Attune to the moon. Never mind the past. Life evolves every single day. Okay? So some additional messages for this card. Yes, yes, 1,000 times yes. So whatever it is that you're asking about, yes is your answer. Okay? Whatever it is that you need to review for this Mercury retrograde, yes is your answer. Okay? Whatever is happening now is happening for your highest good. Okay? Realize that, water signs. This is an important turning point in your life. Okay? So that is what you need to be reflecting on, or what you need to review for this Mercury retrograde. All right, so moving forward, I'm going to be using the Light Visions Tarot for the rest. And again, I haven't shuffled, so we're going to do that quickly. This Mercury retrograde energy and what messages they need to know. Messages to Kevin clearly. Water in regards to this Mercury retrograde and what they need to know. All right, so let's see. All right, so moving forward, water, we have what should I repair? Okay, what needs to be repaired for the time in between Mercury retrograde. So again, that I believe began on the 13th of October and runs until November 4th. But there is a shadow period before and after. Keep that in mind, okay? So what do you need to repair? 7 of chalices. 7 of chalices, or 7 of cups, indicates a lot. So for some of you, there's quite a bit of decisions that you need to make, or there could be various options, or this indicates someone who has a lot of responsibilities. Okay, a lot of things on the go. There's some temptation here as well in regards to the 7 of chalices. Some of these options or decisions or opportunities even. I'm hearing opportunities. This could also be opportunities coming your way. Some of it is going to be too good to be true. Some of it is going to be, it's going to work out in your favor. And then there's going to be those, you're going to have to figure things out in the sense that, sorry guys, give me 1 minute. Sorry about that. I had a call coming through, so I had to take it. But anyway, as I was saying, I feel like there are, with all this smoke, there's a lot of things being hidden right now. Okay, water signs. A lot of these various different options, and for some of you, they're opportunities. For others of you, these are responsibilities even. I'm hearing relationships. So I'm hearing some relationships need to be repaired right now during Mercury retrograde. Okay, friendships for some of you, colleagues, work. For others of you, this is romantic partnerships. And again, it's like various relationships. Your responsibility to these various relationships is coming up. But also to yourself. Where you fit in this, what you want. 7 of chalices isn't an easy card to get. It's not easy to pick up one amongst the rest sometimes, unless you know in your gut what you want. Right? So what do you need to release, water signs? Ace of Wands. Ooh, that's heavy. For some of you, this is a fire sign, a Leo, Aries, or a Sagittarius that you need to let go of. For others of you, you need to let go of a new relationship. Maybe there was something starting romantically for you. For others of you, this is in regards to a job or a new project. So there are things you need to let go of for sure in order to get things going. So definitely water signs, there's some things that are not 100% being shown to you as of yet, that you need to kind of sit back and look, you know, really, again, I feel like fire sign had a similar message in the sense that you need to really think about things and maybe fine tune a few things before moving forward here. Your message here for Mercury retrograde is definitely sitting back and reviewing some things, because there is going to be some powerful changes happening for you, water signs. And this could happen after Mercury retrograde, right? Depending on how, you know, you deal, how, you know, you repair things or release things. But definitely expect change. All right. So that has been your message, water signs. Okay. Again, please do let me know in the comments below, okay, how this resonated with you, if at all. Right. Again, don't forget to watch the whole video in order to get a better understanding or to get a better message, right? We all have more than one element in our chart, so we really got to watch all of them in order to get a better understanding of what's going down for this Mercury retrograde. Okay. All right, so let's move on to the next reading. All right, so the next element that we're going to be doing is air. Okay, so that's Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. Okay, so for you guys, I've changed it up. I'm going to be using the Earth Wisdom Oracle deck, and then I'm going to be using the Angel Tarot for the rest of the reading. Okay? Okay, so guides, ancestors, connect, collective element, air, retrograde, and the energy. Air needs to go in regards to this Mercury retrograde. Let's see. All right, so air. First card has to do with what you need to review during this time, right? So Mercury retrograde has to do with reviewing things from your past, whether it's relationships, or these are even habits or old ways of thinking, okay? Things are going to come back to you. They're going to be revisited, okay, during this time. It's interesting because before I even started shuffling the deck, you guys saw me shuffle. This was at the bottom of the deck when I first started shuffling. So you have nurture is coming up for you in review for this Mercury retrograde. Okay, for some of you, if you are parents, this is talking about maybe how you nurture your children, right? But it goes further back because, again, retrograde is going back. This is going back in time. This is thinking about how you were nurtured as a child, even. How, you know, things that are going to be revisited here. You're going to see connections of how maybe you nurture your own children during this time. There's butterflies everywhere. Butterflies for me is a symbol for my guides. This is a lot of transformations. So for some of you, air signs, you are making changes. You are breaking generational curses during this time, or have been. There's a lot of butterflies. Like, I'm seeing them everywhere now. The more I look, the deeper I go. Which can be symbolic for you as well, right? So this is the energy that you need to review, okay, for this time. And again, it's the past, right? So you really need to think about how your past affected your present, or how it's affecting your present, and how you want, like, ultimately it's your future, right? You want to think about that, you think about, right, in general, and how you're going to attain that future. But you don't really, I mean, we think about the past a lot, but not in the way that possibly for some we need to. So what I love about this deck is that it does suggest a crystal and plant or herb that can help during this time. So milkweed can help support self-care and encourages healthy nourishment, and as such helps with weight issues, eating disorders, oral addictions, and digestive issues. So for some of you, maybe you're connecting with someone, or this is your own, some of your own issues that you're dealing with or battling with. Definitely think about looking into milkweed. The stone or crystal that is coming up for you guys is chrysoprase. It's a stone of nurturing and bringing energy to the physical body. Interesting. So I'm just going to read a little bit more. There's also an affirmation that can be very helpful at this time for you guys. So in our chaotic modern life, it is easy to forget to take care of yourself. Your body and soul exist together. The health of one affects the health of the other. When you begin to take better care of your body, including getting enough sleep, your soul also grows stronger. Milkweed attracts butterflies, a symbol of transformation. Care for yourself and watch transformation unfold. My body and spirit are united, and I take care of them both. Fresh air, deep sleep, healthy food, and joyful movement support my body and soul. So definitely right now, air signs is a good time for you to definitely nurture yourself. And think about it, right? Like, this is about what you need to review, and maybe this is how you nurture yourself, right? But again, it's going back to things that you've learned in the past, right? You treat yourself the way others have treated you without even a second thought. A lot of people are like that, and it's reprogramming those thoughts, right? I mean, I've had to do a lot of that in recent times, and I'm sure we're all doing it, right? So take this time to really go through that, all those memories, and start to nurture yourself and what you need. So, moving forward, we're going to use the Angel Tarot. Again, haven't shuffled, so I'm going to quickly shuffle. Okay. So the next card is going to be asking what you need to repair, or at least going to be answering what you need to repair during this time, okay? During Mercury retrograde. So we have 9 of Fire. Don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. Again, this goes back to nurture. So air signs, we are nurturing ourselves. So we are going back and repairing ourselves. Okay? You need to, that is in review here, and that is what needs to be repaired. 9 of Fire or 9 of Wands is that wounded warrior card, right? It's that message of having courage and to keep going, to be persistent, right? Don't give up. Maybe for some of you, you tell others this, you need to also live it. Don't give up. Keep on going. There could be others around you or connecting to you who may also need this message. Don't give up. Keep going. There's also this message here of protecting what you've created. So there could be some of you who have a business, all right, air signs. Take this time. Okay, so Mercury retrograde, not a good time to sign any new contracts, whether it, and that's any type of karmic contracts, okay? I mean, we're talking the slightest things. Like, just talking from experience, you know, it could be anything from buying a car to, you know, buying a home, whatever. Don't do it during Mercury retrograde. I remember when I was purchasing this home, there was a time where, yeah, we were trying to sell during Mercury retrograde, and I knew better. Like, I wasn't expecting it to sell at that time. And it didn't. We had to wait. But we went through it. Right? So again, this is a time where you need to really reflect, go inward, nurture yourself, pamper yourself, take care of yourself, but also protect that business or that venture or whatever passion project that you've been working on, right? It's taking the time to, again, fine tweak certain things. And also just, again, believe in yourself. So I do see someone who's very, and I'm going to say it, you could be very intuitive as well. And air signs, you generally are very, like, not, again, you're very logical individuals. You do think rationally. But you also are very in tune with your intuition. I really, like, so I see individuals here who definitely are looking back at this transformation, whether it's in the physical. For others of you, this is something that it could even, again, it was spiritual. It's not just physical transformation. So, what you need to release. During Mercury retrograde, we have the star, Archangel Jophiel. Happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans on the right path. Feel like for some of you, and I feel like it's the same as water sign, where the water signs, a water element had the same general, you just, same general idea in a sense that it letting go and releasing old, outdated ideas that you don't resonate with anymore. Okay, the star for me, again, happy times, right? This is about hope, receiving inner clarity, right? The star symbolizes renewal. So you need to let go of whatever it is that's causing you to build a wall or build, and that's exactly what it is here. You need to repair the hurt. Sorry guys, my dog is freaking out because the neighbors are coming home and the window's open. It is what it is. Take it as confirmation for those who need it. Ruby, it's okay. It's okay. Come here. It's okay. Okay, so really, we're letting go of those feelings of hurt. And I feel like it goes back for some past relationship, whether it's a relationship with your parents or a romantic partnership or a business partner, whatever it was for you, okay? We're letting go of those feelings. Okay. At least that's what's needed. So I think this Mercury retrograde, we need to focus on ourselves. Okay. Pampering ourselves, taking care of ourselves, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever you need to do to balance it all. Okay. To protect you. Right? Cleansing baths are really good. I know I did one during, what was it, for my new moon ritual. I just like starting or finishing a ritual with like a cleansing bath. For me, it just, I feel like it washes away. Like I just picture it, everything just cleaning off, like me just coming out of it like renewed, right? Like this. Right? So the star could be Aquarius. If you're an Aquarius, maybe that's something you need to do. Try. All right? All right, guys. So let's move on to the next reading. All right, Earth signs. So you are the last elements that we need to do. So before we get into it, I'm going to be using the Earth Wisdom Oracle, okay? And then I'm going to be using the Zombie Tarot for the rest of your reading. And of course, I have not shuffled the decks yet, so we're going to do that now before we get into your reading. So the first card for the reading has to do with what needs to be reviewed during this time. Okay, so Mercury retrograde tends to be a time where we have a lot of things coming back from the past. Okay, whether it's relationships, or even ideas or outdated thoughts, or even how we treat ourselves. Okay, all of this, right, our past, the relationships, whether it's romantic or it's has to do with family, all of that is in play here, okay, during this time. So let's see what you guys need to review. So what's up for a review is number 24, Heal Thyself. Okay, so earth signs. And it's interesting, a lot of green healing energy, right? Earth energy in this card. And water too. So there has to be, there's definitely, for the ones I'm connecting with, emotions. We're healing hurt, wounded feelings, emotions, all of that. And I feel like it's deep. For some of you, this is past. We're talking about past hurt. Like, I'm seeing a family tree. Like, we're going generation. Again, generational curses. Who had that? Air had that. What I love about this deck is that each card comes with a crystal and a plant that it's associated with, but also it can help during this time. It definitely can help a little bit. So for this card, it's aconite, I believe is this plant here. So it provides protection as fears are faced and when working with the dark goddess. Definitely when you're doing any type of healing work, it can take you to a very dark place for sure. Even the card itself, very dark. Going inwards can be that way. Going through the healing process can definitely feel that way. So the crystal or gemstone associated with this card is what she's reaching for is peridot. And it's traditionally used by healers to maintain their own health. So earth signs, my hands are itchy while I'm saying this, so generally tend to be healers, a lot of them, various different fields, okay? So we're talking anywhere from the medical field, like traditional medicine, like doctors, nurses, right? That kind of thing, to even spiritual healers, right? Energy healers, Reiki healers, all of that, okay? We're talking any, but we forget the most, well, hopefully you don't forget if you're working with this type of thing. But a lot of us do. We forget to heal ourselves. I pay attention to this right now. This is resonating with me. I'm an earth sign myself. I am a Virgo. So I can honestly say that this is a time, and I've been doing that. I've been taking the time to really take care of me, my emotions, my mental health, physical health, all of that, right? Spiritual health as well. The water is reminding me of the bath I took recently. I did a new moon ritual for myself. And one of the things I like to do, whether it's new moon or full moon, is cleanse myself. And I don't do it just during these rituals. Like, I traditionally like to do it whenever I'm feeling the need to. And it happens quite frequently where I need to just get in the tub and, do what I need to do. And I feel a hell of a lot better. And it just makes me feel renewed. So I'm just going to read a little bit from the book before we move forward. So some illnesses are only physical, others have deeper roots. In order to move towards better health, you must enlist the help of the dark goddess and enter your heart, confronting your deepest fears, find the poison that is hurting you, and remove it so that healing can occur. I value my health and have the courage to do what is necessary to maintain it. I do not merely address symptoms, but go as deep as necessary to root out the problem. A lot of your health issues can be stress related if you really go and look back at how things start. Like, you tend to, like, I'm talking from experience, or at least for me, like, when I am going through a lot emotionally or mentally, I tend to not feel physically or the same. Like, for example, I remember when I was younger, I had an issue with an infection building up, and that eventually had to have surgery for. But because I was also going through some emotional and mental issues at the time, with, like, you know, there were issues with family, and, like, to get really into things, you know, there were deaths in the family. It was a very trying time at that time for me, and I was I was younger. So I just didn't feel like, you know, I was working a lot too. That also didn't help. So I wasn't feeling the pain in my body the same way. I guess everything else was masking it, or I wasn't feeling it as much because everything else was way more compounded than just my physical body. So, what am I getting at? It's, again, this is coming into review, how you take care of yourself. So going forward, I will not do that ever again. I try to pay attention to my body and what it needs. For instance, trying to change my diet, right? So this could be a good time for that for some of you. What you're eating, how you're eating, right? How to repair that. Maybe it's time to dive even deeper. For some of you, this is, having to go for counseling, even for some deep, and we're talking, like, this is deep water there. So we're talking emotions from your past, from your childhood, even things that are going to be coming up for you guys. Need to definitely be worked through. And maybe you're doing that, right? So, moving forward, I'm going to use a zombie tarot. Again, I haven't shuffled, so I'm going to do that quickly. And really, you're thinking about, for the next question, is what should I repair at this time, I guess, during Mercury retrograde, right? What needs to be repaired? And again, this is keeping in mind, it has to do with the past, right? Your past, your present, all of that, because it's all coming down, coming at you now. So what needs to be repaired? We have Judgment. Okay. So, clearly something happened here with you, Earth sign, whether it was in a relationship or this has to do with your past, or even within yourself. I'm just picturing that finger on the trigger. That's you. You are in control of this judgment, of this bomb coming down. on yourself. Maybe it was this person you're connecting with. But someone here had the power in their hand to just end it all. Others of you didn't just pull the button. I feel like there's some of you did and was just like, let the cards fall where they might. And that maybe is how some of you deal with things. Others of you, and again, maybe it's this self-sabotaging behavior that you need to repair. For others of you, maybe you handle things differently, where you looked at it and you were like assessing, right? There's this guy over here just at the computer, really looking at the numbers, trying to figure out and just, you know, made a decision not to press fire. And for some of you, that's what happened. That was the judgment. You decided, and this could be in a relationship or even with yourself, that you weren't going to, that you were going to do things differently this time. That's a form of repair. That's a form of growth. What should you release? The Hermit. What's within needs to come out. Whether it's your thoughts, ideas, judgment. What's within needs to come out. Earth signs. Okay, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Whether this is in regards to your own healing process, which is clearly, right, in the forefront here with heal thyself. But if this is in regards to a relationship, same thing. What's within needs to come out. The Hermit has to do with going within to find those answers. And that's where you're going to find the answers to how you're going to repair yourself. But it needs to come out. And like I was saying earlier, sometimes it means going and seeking that help. And earth signs don't like to seek help. And even in the workplace, especially, like to do things on our own. If this is in regards to a business, you ain't going to move forward unless you ask for help either. Get a mentor or somebody that knows the job or knows how, or has the business or has been through it or is doing something similar or has ideas or, you know, whatever it is, you need to get feedback. You need to get that first. Regardless, heal yourself. That is what needs to be done for this Mercury retrograde Earth. All right. So this has been your element reading for Mercury retrograde, guys. Hopefully, again, like, please let me know in the comments below if this resonated with you, if these messages resonated at all. Again, watch the whole video. Hopefully you watch the whole video and not just your element, because there's going to be connections that are, you know, messages in throughout. that may resonate with you, so it's really beneficial to watch the whole video. As always, do go and check out my Instagram, okay, at Kelly_Moonbean.gems. Okay, I do post there daily, and I do go live quite frequently. So if you're interested in daily posts, daily collective reads, I do elements, I do zodiac, I do collective, whatever it is, and do check me out, okay? Also, guys, don't forget to go back and watch your October reading. There may be additional messages found there. If you haven't watched that, please do. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Okay, also hit that notification bell so you are notified the next time I upload a video. Okay, so that being said, have a wonderful day. Okay, let me know in the comments, guys. I really want to know, should I continue to do these kind of videos? I'm kind of being guided to do more of, to get away from love and do more of the spiritual and really do new moons, full moons, all that kind of shit. Sorry, but I really am being guided to do that, and I'm just, let me know. Let me know. Is that something you guys are interested in? Please let me know, okay? That being said, have a wonderful day and many blessings.